Yeah, I feel harassed, alarmed.
You can't be harassed, you're an officer.
If you come back,
Arrest me now.
I will be arresting you.
Arrest
for
me now.
harassment under
Arrest
the
me
Harassment
now.
Act, okay?
Arrest me.
Welcome to the Audit Protocol, where we expose misconduct, examine police and legal matters, protect rights, and demand accountability. This episode is brought to us by Chuz88. Be sure to check the link below, subscribe to his channel, and give him the credit he deserves. In this episode, Chuz88 is outside Bull Police Station filming when officers immediately emerge with a kind of attitude that makes it clear they've already decided he shouldn't be there. There is no genuine attempt to establish the facts or understand what is happening. Instead, they approach with a predetermined mindset, intent on controlling the situation from the very first moment. The entire interaction relies far more on authority and tone than on any clear legal justification. And it doesn't take long before the encounter begins heading in a direction that feels completely unnecessary given what is actually taking place. The way it ends is every bit as revealing as the way it begins.
Security concern that you're taking photographs, and you're taking images and videos, as you're clearly doing right now, of police officers coming and going, or police staff coming and going from this station.
That's correct.
Right? You could do anything with that information.
Right,
you could be passing that on to anyone, and that is a massive security concern from our point of view. So, why are you doing it, and who are you?
Is photography illegal?
Photography is not illegal, no.
Am I on public?
You are on public.
That's all I need to know then.
You've already done your research.
I have.
Okay. I want you to answer my question.
So if I've done my research, and you know I've done my research...
It's the third time you've been seen today taking pictures of staff members' cars coming in and out of this police station.
Okay.
So what are you doing with that information?
Taking photos.
Why?
Exactly.
Why?
Because I can. What makes you think I'm directly looking for license plate?
If there is an innocent explanation,
then
why are you not willing to pass it to us when I asked you?
Why? Because it's my right.
Why are we not?
It's my right
to stand here and take pictures of people's personal...
Are you saying it's not my right to stand... So I can't stand in public?
You don't have an automatic right to be able to take pictures of people's personal...
I think you need to read up on photography.
No right. Okay, you tell me where that right is then. No right.
I believe your chief of police sent out...
From the outset, the officers label him as a potential risk. But the moment they're challenged with basic questions, their position begins to unravel. Simple questions about legality and location should be the easiest things to answer if their concerns are genuinely well-founded. Yet their responses fail to match the confidence with which they're asserting their authority. Point one officer even goes so far as to suggest that people have no right to stand in a public place and take photographs. That claim isn't supported by any legal restriction. It's simply a personal opinion presented as though it were an established rule. When Chuz88 refers to guidance issued by their own police force regarding filming in public, it places the officers in an even more difficult position. At that point, they are no longer contradicting only the public's understanding of the law. They are contradicting their own organization's published guidance of why then it becomes increasingly clear that this is no longer about applying the law correctly.
Firstly, none of you have identified yourselves.
I don't need to identify myself. You need to identify yourself.
Well, no, I don't. You're an officer of the... You're claiming to be an officer of the law, demanding that a random member of the public not be allowed to record.
Not a random member of the public.
Well, I am.
You've made a choice to stand here and film police.
And you've made the choice to come out. I get your name and badge number.
Badge number's just there.
What's your name?
Badge number's there if you want it. You don't need to ask me questions. I need to ask you questions.
Okay, then.
Here.
Why is it weird for me to record license plates, but yet you have a police van there that's a camera van, I'm assuming, and yet the cars are on camera, I don't know, 300-400 times a day?
Sorry, I don't understand what your question is. What you're asking me?
Why is it weird for me to record a license plate if that's what I was doing, that you're claiming that I was doing? But yeah, it's okay. But it's okay for you guys to record license plate.
What are you doing then? Because if that's not what you're doing, then I don't need to...
I'm taking photos.
Of what?
Well, as he was coming out, I was taking a photo of the gate.
Another striking feature of the encounter is how one-sided the officers attempt to make the rules. They are perfectly happy to demand that Chuz88 identifies himself, yet none of them properly introduce themselves, despite that being a basic element of professional conduct, including providing their name or warrant number along with their role where appropriate. Dismissing that obligation while insisting that he must identify himself turns accountability upside down. The people exercising police powers are the ones expected to be transparent, not the member of the public. Then, when Chuz88 questions why filming is being treated as suspicious, particularly when police officers themselves routinely record vehicles, people, and public spaces during the course of their duties. There is no meaningful response. Instead, the question is simply brushed aside. That contrast perfectly exposes the inconsistency. The same activity is considered entirely acceptable when officers do it, yet somehow becomes questionable when a member of the public does exactly the same thing.
We're police officers, and you will appreciate that we have people that have issues with us, and having someone stand outside with a camera, having someone stand outside with a camera, claiming to be taking pictures of the fence is going to be a concern for us as police officers.
Is it illegal? Is it illegal? It doesn't matter why I'm taking pictures.
It's not a matter of legal or illegal,
well, it is.
Is it? It's a matter of concern for our own personal safety and for the safety of the officers in here. It doesn't matter whether it's legal or not legal. We have the right to ask you what you're doing.
You have the right, but I don't have to tell you why.
Well, if you don't,
because it's my personal reason.
We'll just ask you to move on, and if we see you again, then you can be arrested.
But you can't.
Prevent a breach of the peace.
But you can't move me on. I'm on public.
We can move you on from wherever I want to move you on from. It doesn't matter if you're on public. So why don't you go back and do your research?
I don't need to. Stepdad's a lawyer. Got a master's degree. So
you're telling me I can't move you on because you're in public, and yes, I can move you on.
Under what law?
To prevent a breach of the peace.
And what breach? What breach am I?
If we believe that your actions are causing a breach of the peace,
well then go back in and let me finish what I'm doing, and then
it's not about me go.
Then there's no officers.
I can't allow you to carry on doing what you're doing.
Well then I'll just come back later.
Come back later then, and you'll be arrested.
Rather than pointing at anything concrete, one officer falls back on how members of the public might feel about the police, as though public opinion can somehow determine what someone is legally permitted to do in a public place. When Chuz 88 asks the obvious question, whether anything he is doing is actually unlawful, the officer avoids giving a direct answer. That says everything that a police intervention is genuinely justified. Identifying the unlawful conduct should be the simplest part of the conversation. Instead, the discussion shifts towards breach of the peace, but that power exists to deal with situations involving a genuine and imminent risk of violence, disorder, or harm, not a quiet interaction involving a person peacefully filming in a public place. Introducing the possibility of arrest under those circumstances only makes matters worse. IT transforms a serious legal power into a means of applying pressure, rather than a measure grounded in genuine necessity. 8T that stage, the objective no longer appears to be preventing any real disorder. IT becomes about trying to force a particular outcome despite the absence of a solid legal foundation.
Well then, unless I'm breaking the law, I'm not moving. It's that simple. Is it not that simple?
It's not that simple.
It is that simple.
It's not, because you don't have to break the law. Like my colleague said, we can move you on to prevent a breach of the peace.
But there is no breach of the peace.
That's not a law break. Well, that's our opinion on whether it is.
Well, then I'd like to request
when
a
you said
supervisor.
it's that simple whether you're breaking a law,
I'd like a supervisor
that. You don't demand what happens here. You don't ask us.
So you want me to move because you've demanded it?
Yes.
But you won't get a supervisor out because I've demanded it. A member of the public who pays your wages.
You don't pay my wages, no.
How do I not pay your wages?
You don't pay my wages. You don't give me any money, so no.
Well, it's public money. Laws on photography. Public law. If I'm in public, I can see it. Therefore, I can record it. Simple as that.
That's not public, is it?
But I'm on public.
Are you allowed to put your camera up against someone's window and film inside the house? You're not, are you?
If I can stand here.
No, you're not. You're not allowed to do that because.
But I'm on public.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. You're not allowed to look in someone's window.
Well, you are.
No, you're not. That is.
Go research. Go research.
I don't need to. I already know it. You have to research it.
Oh, okay. All right. Fair enough. Let's agree to disagree on that.
No, I don't need to agree to disagree.
Okay.
What really gives a game away is when the officers reduce breach of the peace to little more than their own personal opinion, as though it a flexible power that can be used whenever they feel it's appropriate. IT isn't. That power has a well-established legal threshold based upon actual disorder or an imminent risk of disorder, not an individual officer's subjective judgment. The same pattern appears again when Chuz 88 asks to speak with a supervisor and is told he cannot insist upon one, while at the very same time the officers remain perfectly comfortable telling him where he can and cannot stand. That imbalance says a great deal about the way they're approaching the encounter. Oversight is part of accountability. That IT is not something to be casually dismissed. The officers then introduce the issue of the police station car park. But that changes nothing about where Chuz 88 is actually standing, that if he remains in a public place, then anything lawfully visible from that location can generally be photographed or filmed.
How do I request the footage?
Of
course you can.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can. Under the Freedom of Information Act.
No,
yes, you can.
No, you can't.
You're lying now. Yes, you are. Bullshitting. Clearly.
Do you think you can request any evidence that we have?
Not any.
Well then.
Being detained, officer?
At the moment.
No? Oh, okay.
Stay here though while they talk.
Am I being detained?
Stay here a second.
Am I being detained?
I will detain you in a second if you don't.
What for?
There.
What law?
Because they're having a chat, aren't they?
For what law? What law? Under what ground?
Just go back down there.
I'm alright, don't touch me. That's battering.
Come down a little bit further.
I'm not impeding my right to travel, officer.
Hey?
Right, if you come back to this police station and I see you here again, right, I am telling you that by your behaviour, I feel harassed, alarmed.
Can't be harassed, you're an officer.
Right. Not true. I feel
You're an
harassed.
officer of the law.
I feel
Look it
harassed.
up. Look it up.
Right, I feel harassed.
Arrest me now then.
Right, okay.
Arrest me now.
If you come back, arresting you for
Arrest me now.
harassment under
Arrest
the
me
Harassment
now.
Act, okay?
Arrest me now.
No, I'm telling you, you're not listening, are you?
Alright then.
If you come back, right, if you continue and you come back and you start filming my vehicle again, I'm
What, you
telling
mean that
you,
one with the license plate?
I am telling you, I will nick you for harassment. Do anything with those images, okay?
What, like YouTube, Facebook, Instagram,
Everything,
Twitter?
yeah, everything.
What about it?
We will be fining you, okay? And we'll be tracing your accounts, okay?
When Chuz 88 is told that he cannot request body-worn camera footage, that simply doesn't reflect the actual legal process. There are established legal mechanisms, including a subject access request under the Data Protection Act 2018, through which individuals may request footage containing their personal data. Dismissing that option suggests either a lack of understanding or an unwillingness to engage with the correct process. Another contradiction quickly follows. The officers insist that Chuz 88 is not being detained, yet immediately warn him that if he attempts to leave, he will be. Those two positions cannot comfortably exist together. The situation then escalates further with references to harassment. However, under Protection from Harassment Act 1997, harassment requires a course of conduct rather than a single isolated incident involving someone standing with a camera.
Bringing them up there for?
I was taking photos.
Yeah, why were you doing that? Because you're causing them alarm. So you're causing them issues, yeah.
But I'm not there now.
I know, but you were, so I'm asking why you were.
Why? Because I was taking photos.
Yeah, you just said that. Why? I understand you were taking photos. Why were you causing them alarm up there?
I wasn't causing them alarm.
You were, because they've just told me you were causing them alarm.
What, they told you, or one of them told you?
Yeah, one of them told me. Yeah.
Right. Do you want me to tell you the whole incident rather than just what he said?
Tell me why you're up there filming.
So, I was up there, I was looking around some of the business areas up there. There's one, I was taking photos of one place where they fixed rides and stuff like that. I don't want him near me. He's aggressive.
Don't leave then, no.
I don't want to leave.
Leave.
Come back. Oh, that's not a personal phone. Freedom of Information Act on that. Don't touch me.
Lee, I haven't touched you. You
I'm
said
just
you
saying.
didn't want him near you, so go.
Yeah, because I don't want him near me. I was on about him.
You don't need to stand outside the police station.
Am I free to go then?
Go.
Free to go, free to stay.
Problem is,
Oh, freedom of information on that. Oh, that's not a personal phone.
it's a work phone.
Oh, that's alright then.
Doesn't matter. So what? So you can take pictures of me, but I can't take.
I'm in public.
I'm
You're
in
an
public.
officer of the law.
I'm in public.
You're on work.
I'm in public, yeah.
We learned something today, officers.
A license plate of a cop on YouTube.
Yeah.
People know
Which is
that that's
public
a cop.
knowledge.
People know that that's a cop.
Making it public knowledge. It's not public knowledge to everyone, is it?
It
might be to people.
I could stand outside on my street, you drive past in your personal car, and I've got your number.
Get back in there.
Yeah, no worries. Have a good day.
What stands out most toward the end is how rapidly the entire interaction becomes driven by a complaint without officers first establishing what actually took place. When some officers explain their side of events and that explanation is never properly considered, it suggests the direction of the encounter has already been decided before any meaningful investigation has occurred. When officers later return and begin photographing Chuz 88 themselves, the reasoning they offer doesn't really withstand scrutiny. Comparing what they're doing to him filming them overlooks an important distinction. Police officers exercise specific legal powers and responsibilities, and any use of those powers should be based upon a clear operational purpose rather than simple retaliation. Saying you filmed us so we can film you is not a legal justification. It's a reaction to be why the conclusion of the encounter. The overall pattern becomes difficult to ignore. Decisions appear to have been made first, with explanations introduced afterwards in an attempt to justify them. Whether it's relying on complaints without proper investigation, stretching legal powers beyond their intended scope, or drawing comparisons that fail to withstand examination, the encounter drifts further and further away from anything clearly grounded in law. What remains is an interaction driven far more by perception and reaction than by the consistent and impartial application of the rules officers are expected to uphold. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps support the channel. Also, don't forget to check out Chuz88. His channel is linked in the description, so show him some support. Thanks for watching. This was the Audit Protocol, and I'll see you in the next one.